Hello. Welcome to Lanmouspiritual. If you are a subscriber and someone who's visited this site before, this channel before, welcome back. Happy to see you. If you're new, welcome for checking out our channel. And as you guys can see, I have the Fool's card displayed here because I would like to do a little bit of meditation on the Fool energy. The energy of new beginning is still very much potent, at least with me. As I told you guys in the last reading, which was the first for the year that I posted last week, I felt like somehow the 21st at the beginning of Aquarius season was my own personal new year. Guys, I'm getting a show as I just start recording this reading. I have like blue jays and different birds, like they're just coming through, like they're putting on a show for us. And now I think I have a kitten on my driveway. I'm facing my driveway my driveway through this window. It's like a real show. All of a sudden I've been sitting here reading, meditating and preparing, cleaning this area, shuffling the cards like for a while, over an hour now. But anyways, it's we are all one, and that is part of the Fool's energy, right? The oneness of everything all encompassing into that energy of innocence and free spiritedness, and just it's taking a chance, right? Not being boggled down yet with all the things that are lined up, like that are enumerated, if you will, 1 through 21, even to the world card. We're still at that starting point where there's infinite possibilities, and it feels so like the world is our playground. And I feel like for a lot of us, we need to reconnect to that energy. Like initially I really wanted to talk about for me it's almost like a tenet of spirituality. That's what I call it, like to know thyself, right? And as I was meditating before I started recording, the Fool energy kept pulling on me, pulling on me. I have this book. It's called, I believe, Meditation Tokens of Meditation on the Tarot, something like that. And it explores. It's almost like a book of poems on each one of those major arcanas. So that's the first thing I did. And before I even started cleaning up the area, is that by this area I mean like here, my workspace. I read that the first part again, and I've read this many times, and I've gone and you know gone through it, read different part of it. But I was called to, and I read the full part, the first part of it, Aleph, and it stays with me. There's something to that, and I want to tie these two together. And I wasn't prepared to talk about the Fool energy. I was still so strong since last week, and like preparing, talking about like us knowing ourselves, stepping in our own truth. And I think it's all tied in together, really. Like I feel like for us to step into our own power, into our own truth, into our own authentic being, our own self, who we really are, we have to go back to that place of innocence. We have to go back to the very beginning. And that's when it gets confusing. What is the beginning? Is the beginning being in our mother's womb? Or is the beginning that started perhaps many lifetimes ago, that history that is encoded in our very own DNA, in our own spirit, right? Where is the beginning? What is our beginning? And I feel like for a lot of us, that sense of confusion that we experience in this world, trying to find a place, trying to find our purpose, even trying to understand our own selves, has to do with not understanding that very beginning. Where is that beginning? What does it mean to us? Because where are we rooted? That need, even in the material world, to feel that we are rooted somewhere, whether to a place, whether it's a familial, our family tree, whether it's our culture, like that need to understand. And it's always have to go to the beginning. Like some of you may know, I am of Haitian descent. Actually, I was born there, in Haiti. So, and people always like whenever you mention Haiti, likes to talk about politics. Well, that's something else I wasn't planning on talking about today. It's getting personal here. People always bring politics, or and it's always from a negative connotation based on what they've seen in the media. And I always stop them. Okay, I always stop them, and I meet people all the time, like hundreds of people on the daily, because of what I do for work, like my regular work, which I'm not doing right now, but I travel. And so I always stop them because the accent is here, and I was like, so where are you from? And then I say, and it's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's like, oh, no, 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 we're not having this discussion. And it can come across as standoffish, but it's because I'm of that belief, and it's my truth, my own personal truth, that I cannot begin to talk to you about Haiti unless we go to the very beginning. Let's go to the beginning of it. You cannot understand the whole idea of that space, of that consciousness, if you will, because I believe countries have their own sense of consciousness, of that culture, of even the history of it, unless you go to the very beginning. So let's not even go there, because it's just there's no point, right? There's no way of meeting here. Like there's just no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. I always stop people in their ground, oh, right there at the very beginning. And it's the same sense. And I feel that even within myself, like as someone who grew up kind of a bit odd, I was always different, and I didn't fully understand why and how, but I was aware that I was. And many of you might experience the same. I was needed that extra time to myself, that sense of like I need my time. Like I never felt like I needed to belong to a group. I needed to be part of the pack. I was fine to engage, but I was never that person, right? And whenever you are someone who, if and it's not like I was also strong in my conviction, I know who I am and I don't need that. It wasn't even that. It was just a basic understanding, a natural instinct of, this is me, and I truly do not feel like I need to go and do fake laughing and be part of, like, of this, to feel something, right? To feel like I belong. I just never was a thing. So so when you feel that sense of natural instinct, natural sense of being grounded within yourself, even when you don't fully understand it, it can be offensive to other people who just not at all in that space, in that headspace. And I've experienced that a lot. And many of you might, in a way that perhaps you never fully analyze it. Okay? If you're a spiritual person, and in that you're following your true enough star, you feel like there is something very, you're following your intuition. It's not just about what's out there, right? It's not just about the appearances of things. It's not just about the materiality of things. Materiality, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The more I think about the word, especially if a word sounds the same, have the same French root, it's harder for me to pronounce it in English. I do not know why, because my it's like my brain has a glitch. It's like, okay, which pronunciation you going for? Like, in that material world, um when you're following your intuition, you have this greater understanding. Your space is so much more expensive, your consciousness is so much more expensive. It can come across as very standoffish to someone that has that limited aspect of, all I see is right here and right now, and what's important to me is to be seen, is to be part of, this group think, or this, like, to appear a certain way, or that's what I've been told, like, to follow the trend, or whatever it may be. And it's not a knock on them. That's where they are. That's a state of life that they are. And people that are a little bit more aware, that are a little bit more evolved in their consciousness, in their own development, we must also be very patient. We must also be very tolerant, and almost a sense of understanding of the other, right? That may not be where you are. And I think I've touched on that before, because it's a very touchy feeling. Like when you have, when you are the one in that spot that have a greater level of understanding, you have to lend that out to those that are not there, and not be too impatient, and not be too like, okay, I need to school you on this, you should come this way. No, 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 everyone has their own journey. Yet at the same time, us understanding ourselves, or trying to understand ourselves better and better and better and better, going back to that beginning, whatever that beginning you feel is for you, whatever is that full journey means for you, whether it's taking a leap of faith, like jumping off that ledge, right? Stepping off that ledge in this material world, or it's taking a leap of faith, looking up into the sunlight, right? Into something that's beyond, something that's greater, that's like we cannot even fully understand. Like there's no way to even approach it, even though we are billions of light years away from it. It still has such a big major impact. We can barely stare into the rays of the sun to see how it affects us. So whether we go to that bigger thing, or it's just that ledge that's right there in front of you, what's that new beginning, what's that leap of faith, what's that place of innocence that we need to touch back into, that brings us back to that limitless of possibilities. And I hope that doesn't sound like a bunch of rambling to you guys, because there's something of importance to that as we march towards this new era. And I truly do believe that. And if you follow astrology, if you follow the signs, even historical signs, you may come to that same level of understanding that we are moving on, charting towards a new era where more people are coming into that understanding that there is more to us as humans, as beings, that it's not just about us. We have to consider the other living things that are among us, that live even just in this on this planet with us, the trees, the water, the environment, right? On land, we have to understand we need the trees to feed us, to for oxygen, for air. We depend on each other, like, right? Even just within the human race, we depend on each other. What's going on right now with this pandemic, like, with people like to think, especially the big countries, the great powers, what happens over there has nothing to do with me. I can tackle you any day, ha 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 ha. But look, what happened over there very much has everything to do with what's happening here. What's happening here very much have to do with, if I choose to get on a plane tomorrow, what happens hundreds of miles away. So we are all connected more than ever before. At least we should be more aware of our interconnectedness. I'm talking to you right now to a mic, recording it. That's gonna be displayed, uploaded onto YouTube, and that's gonna be able to reach millions of people around the world. If they wish to watch it, if it's intended for them to see it, they have access to it at any time going forward, right? So there's a sense of understanding oneself. We need to also expand that out to understanding those around us. And I think last week I talked about a bit of the struggle that I had to come to terms with, even within myself, as someone who's kind of been on their own journey, living independently for so long and alone for so long, that once I started having to share my space with my kid, with my niece, I had to learn a great deal. I had to really fall back within myself and relearn myself again, because I'm an Aries, she's a Libra opposite, right? And it's as if I was looking at myself in the mirror, those different aspects of myself that, like the opposite of the selves. It's not even so much as opposites as how do I say it? It's not almost like even light and dark kind of opposite. It's not so much that it's a stark difference. It's more of that there is that whole range of possibilities that is right there facing you, that is available to you, to your own true nature, that perhaps that you've been ignoring. You understand? So as we're talking about understanding ourselves and understanding oneself, I want you all, I wish for you all to really be open with yourself. And one easy way to do that, some tools, um, if you like, what, that seems like a lot of work, I don't want to know, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, I know where I am, if you feel defensive even about it, start journaling. That's the best way, I found, to just start writing in your journal and allow your inner thoughts to just basically draw the picture for you on on the piece of paper, on the pages. And from time to time, give yourself maybe once a quarter, once a month, and once a year even, you'll go back and read through and reflect on that journey, and you'll surprise yourself. You'll be very in the most enchanting ways at times. It doesn't have to be heavy or negative, right? There will be windows to yourself that's open to you, that perhaps you wouldn't have seen had you really almost like have this conversation with yourself. Like, that's like when you sit, like, and some people just staring at yourself in the mirror and start talking to yourself. That too. Tears might start coming out. Things that perhaps you haven't thought about in years might just come popped up, right? And as far as like preparation from this, I was reading oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the book, but one of my books on the tarot, meditation on tarots, and and this and he said that, and the author, it's a he, I can't remember his name, of course, right now, but I may link them on the description box for you guys if you're interested. He mentioned something, how it's like people think of tarot as like, fortune tellers, and even the occult, of a sense of secrecy and trying to just, it's something that's kind of like very worldly and very materialistic in the way we approach it. And I told you guys last week, that's one of the reasons I'm not too focused on doing them by signs now. I feel people get too attached to that, because there are greater meanings to those messages if you look a little bit deeper. And yes, we are preoccupied with our everyday life, the things that we are going through. They're very real. We feel them on a physical, emotional, psychological way. So they're very real to us. But what I'm encouraging you guys to do, especially if you're interested in spiritual path, is to always dig a little bit deeper, and to be patient with yourself, of course, but to keep digging a little bit deeper, because there's always, or to even reach a little bit higher, to allow your higher mind to play with those ideas and those experiences that you're going through in your everyday life, okay? But the point of it was that he mentioned it's an exploration into our own psychosis, if you will, into our it's a psychological exploration into the self, right? We can meditate on each one of those energies and discover not just what's going on right here, but discover something that's not just our conscious mind, but our subconsciousness, and also our super consciousness, right? So there is a lot, right? There is a lot there, and sometimes it's like, why, I don't even want to go there. I understand it. I do, and that's why I'm here to remind you guys it's okay, even if it's 10 minutes a day, to allow yourself that luxury to explore those other aspects of yourself that will offer you that full journey, that will reconnect you to your inner innocence, to the very beginning, to the limitless possibility, to the potential of what is, of what could be, that could allow you the freedom to be your authentic self as you navigate through this material world. To allow you and to encourage you even to reconnect with your own sense of divinity and to the one true source. Okay, that is the idea, and at least that's what I want to encourage y'all on this journey, on this channel, going forward, always. I'm happy to have that little chit chat with you guys. I wasn't expecting it to go that long, and my thoughts were a little bit not organized, since I'll end up talking about something else than what I intended to. But I feel like it's all connected, and there was a reason for it. And for some of you, it may be very much so that you may want to push the reset button, okay, on your own everyday life, your own everyday experience, as to what we are, as the world start emerging back out to play on the playground, coming out of lockdown, as it eventually will. I'm expecting and hoping slowly but surely. What face do you want to show to the world, right? And for those of you that still have quite a bit of time in your hand, not to say for you to get busy and reading and do all that stuff, but it's okay to, even if you feel like, okay, I don't want to do anything, to explore why is that, to go a little bit deeper, to keep digging. Why is that? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel? Oh, when you get that answer, then dig a little bit deeper. Keep asking, keep going further and further and further. Keep asking until you get to the source of it, to get to the root of it, to get to the genesis of it, to get to the point of it, okay? And I feel like that's where the key lies. What is your beginning? What is your root? What is your full journey? What is it? What is your zero start point? Where is that reset button for you? What brings you back to who you truly are, your own authentic self, and to really know yourself? It's not to say to prove it anything to anyone else, to show it to anyone else, but for you to know, for you to understand, for you to feel and sense and intuitively connect to, and so you can reconnect when that disconnection comes. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. And as you can see, I have 2 decks on the table, and this is the Monday's Mystic. I'm sorry, the Mystic Monday deck, and I think that's the first time I'm using this deck on this channel. And this is the Wild Unknown, which I've used before, but it's been a while, and I haven't used it in so long that I actually pulled out the book just in case, because it's a little bit different, and there's a little bit of a mood for this deck, and it's 2 separate mood, and I want you guys to look at them and then to choose whichever deck you want to. So we'll start with the I thought I knew. I was about to say we'll start, like I'm saying, in my head I'm about to say we'll start with the Wild Unknown, and my eyes is going to this, so so I had a moment there. I had a moment there, guys. Okay, so wherever my hands are, that's where we'll start with. So you can choose whichever one you want right now. We have a green aventurine, I believe, on this deck, and this is a blue azulite. Please don't mind me if I get it wrong. I've had this for a while, but I believe that's what that is. And yeah, okay, so we're gonna start with this. Okay, we're gonna start with the Mystic Mondays, clearly, and I'm going to put this to the side right here. Yeah, that's my singing bowl on the other side, guys, making a big entrance. I'll put the Wild Unknown right here. Okay, here we go. So if you choose deck number 1, we are at 23 minutes 23. All right, so we are going to the Mystic Mondays. Let's see what messages Spirit have for you. We're still doing those pick a deck, or pick a card, if you will, pick a spirit message reading. We're not doing by signs yet. I haven't felt the calling to go back to that, especially I think for the next, yeah, I'll let you guys know before I start again, but I'm still in that space right now, and I want to keep doing those little chit chat for you guys. And at first I thought I may just switch it up and then do those separately, the tarot messages, the spirit messages separate from those little meditation, like I like to call it. But here we are. Let's see how it works out. And I know some of you don't like the long videos. Some people don't know to click on the links to go to where they need to be. Some people feel like they have to watch it. I don't want to miss out on anything to watch the whole video. So go with the flow. Go with what, you know, if you feel like you want to watch the whole thing, do so. There may be a message in there for you, or perhaps you may get a message for someone else that you know. And if you feel like you just want to watch part of it, do so. Okay, there's no, this is not structured. There's no, there's no rule here, per se. This is the Three of Cups. We're gonna put it down. That came out for you guys with a beautiful heart joining all those three cups. The Three of Cups is just a friendly card. It's a card of, it almost looks like they're, what do you call that again, when you clinging your glasses, kind of like, oh my gosh, we go cheers. I can't remember the actual word. Toasting. Oh my, it's like toasting. That's what it looks on this deck, which is appropriate because it's a card of getting together, friends having, almost like a little get together, a little partying, a bit of celebration. So so for some of you that picked this deck here, and it's, the imagery is very beautiful, the colors on this deck, and I think that's why I ended up pairing it to the Wild Unknowns. It's almost like talking about duality here of the selves, bringing those two aspects of the selves together and into unity. That's a whole stack. We're gonna take all of it, okay? That's what's coming through here. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles, talking about new beginning. Again, grounded new beginning, and it's something that's happy, and I like to see that. And look at, guys, you think this is a joke. The Magician, let me take my finger away from there. The Magician, another new beginning. The Magician comes after the Fool, major arcana, new beginning, as above so below. We have here, okay, like the new beginning happening right there in the material world. Well, a grounded, auspicious new beginning with that Ace of Pentacles. And here we have the Magician, who is the ultimate energy of manifestation, like realizing your manifestation, bringing it all together, like, pulling from above, from our higher selves, from universal, divine, that eternal source, bringing it down to create what we would like to see happening in our world, in this material world, utilizing all the resources, whether it's of fire, passion, creative energy, our emotionality, with water energy, our sense of creativity, even with water energy, our resources, whether it's money, or work, or labor, and with the earth energy, and also our mental capacity with the air signs. But the Magician uses all those elements, okay, as they bring down their wishes. They wheel it down from their higher selves to create. This is the card. I feel like for some of you, especially if you're like a creative, you are into the arts, this is very much an auspicious time for you. Start reconnecting with old friends, or join groups that can help you to elevate your work. There's a real message there. There's a real opportunity for you to really expand on your knowledge base during this time, and to grow as an artist, or whatever it is, as a creator that you are creating and you're working on. But there's a real opportunity here to manifest your own destiny, to manifest your own wishes, really, and to pursue your North Star, to pursue your goals, to pursue your bliss, even, right? And it's happy, because look at this. This is the Stars card that came out, another major arcana, talking about destiny and fate. Okay, destiny and fate here. That's something that is fated. Talking about North Star. This is what was standing right there in my hand the whole time. I didn't even see that. And this is kind of like, it's auspicious. Whatever that you're thinking about creating, whatever that you're thinking about starting, do it, because right now it's a go. Okay, Spirit is saying, like, it's your time. You are the star. You can do it, and you will be celebrated for it. And here we have the Queen of Cups, which is the queen that knows how to use emotions and her feelings. That's very much so what's the word, it doesn't have to be a woman, by the way. It's like a feminine energy that that really is comfortable occupying that space, that feminine space, that emotional space. And right underneath the deck, by the way, before I put it down, was the Queen of Wands, was also another very feminine energy of, but a strong feminine energy with a lot of passion and creative force, understanding how to use not just her mind, not just her physicality, not just her, attractiveness, but also our own inner mysticism with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very much a queen who knows how to use that inner source to dig deeper. Okay, that sense of her intuition, like really mysticism, the Queen of Wands, that her own divinity, if you will. So this is very much great for those of you that are like occupying that space. Whatever you are thinking of starting, go for it. We have the Princess of Cups, more water energy. We have the Five of Wands. There may be here like a thing, or when you're starting, you're manifesting, whatever you're manifesting here, where you may feel like you have to defend yourself, you have to defend your ideas, perhaps against group things, or about if you're working as part of a group about other people. Do so. Don't do so from a place of ego, however, but explain what is your vision, explain what is your passion, explain what is your discuss, be open about it. What is it that you see? What is the vision that you see? What are you trying to create? Because you may be challenged, but I feel like you will be in your own power, and it's not about, if it's not even about victorious. Victory is coming here. I'm getting, you'll be victorious, but there's a sense, it's not about like, oh yes, I won this argument. You're gonna win the case. Your purpose, your truth is what's gonna come on top. It's not that kind of victory, which is why I hesitated saying it. It will be the kind of victory because you are standing in your own truth. If you're speaking your own truth, if you're speaking your true, authentic aspirations, then you will have the last word. You will be victorious indeed. Okay, in that sense. Let's keep on going here. Let's get some more card. Let's see about the stars. Really, it's very straightforward and quite a short message here. If there's something that's pulling you, that's calling on you, that you've been meditating on, Princess of Swords. And by the way, the princess energy here, let's talk about that, because we have two princess on the table. There's a sense of I'm being pulled. Let me show you guys something. Let me put this down so I can show you. She's sitting here. It's almost like the earth, her hair is creating almost like a carpet, right? A carpet that's pulling from the crown chakra, and it's almost like a reflection of her hair up there falling down into the ground, and it's almost like the earth has opened up underneath her, right? That's the imagery I'm getting. And here we have that moon, crescent moon on top of her, right? And she's holding that cup. There's a sense of almost like of meditation. There's a sense of prayer with that card. And compare it to that Princess of Swords, air energy, how she's standing up. She's not sitting down. She's standing up, and she's reaching with her sword, and you see how the sword is creating a reflection that's dispersing all the way up into the heavens, if you will. So there's a sense here of, again, as we get with the Magician, as above, so below. There's a time to sit, yes, to reflect, yes, to plan, yes, and there is the time for us to stand up and hold on to that sword and to defend your ideas, especially against those that may be challenging you, but also to do your homework, to learn. Okay, there's receiving that offer, there is receiving that invitation from the universe with that Ace of Pentacles, and meditating on it with that Princess of Cups, and trying to get to a feel for it, right? Trying to understand it, like, where do I want to take this, where do I want to go for this, and whatnot. But by the time we start manifesting with the Magician energy coming, that strong, powerful energy, masculine energy, and we have that Five of Wands, again, masculine energy of cards of passion, and like we're going for it at this point. We are ready to defend it at this point, right? When challenged, and we are ready to challenge other people too at this point. Following our North Star, that Princess of Swords is also telling you, yes, this is your fate. Yes, this is the sense of destiny. There is an offer. There is a gift here. There is luck here. But there's also a sense of, it's very important to be on your guards, to not be sitting there and just dreaming about it and thinking about it and meditating on it, to start taking action. And the first step of action is to start formulating a plan. And to formulate a plan, one must do their homework. What is needed? What is necessary? What are we gonna need? What are we gonna do? Right? So the Princess of Swords, it's not so much a warning, but it's a reminder for you to really, really, really learn as much as you can. Do your homework in that, about that thing that you want to go towards, that thing that you want to achieve, that thing that you're spending so much energy on, not just material energy, brain energy, and even spiritual energy on. Okay, so don't shy away from the learning. Okay, dive deep into the part of understanding that if it's an industry, if it's even your own self, trying to chart a new identity for yourself, a new, a new place for yourself, if you will, just go with that, with armed with knowledge, okay, with information. Let's go here on the Queen of Cups, sitting pretty, holding her cup, almost like I did everything I had to do. This is the Stars card, and look at how how she's surrounded by so many stars. And at the end of the day, she's the brightest star that we can see, and she's just enjoying her cup of love. Is it? Enjoying her cup of success, is it? Right? Sitting on that ledge here, just like we see the Fool trying to take a leap of faith, understanding that I don't have to stand, I don't have to jump, I am the luck, I'm creating my own luck. I've already taken on that leap of faith, and I can take it at any time. I can sit here for as long as I want into the night sky and enjoying all that surrounding me, understanding that all the stars, right, there's so many opportunities, right, so many different paths to go through. There is so much, it's so dreamy, like it's almost like I want to get lost in this card, watching her, and again, like her, it seems like it's her hair creating that cascade of mountains behind her, right, the wisdom that comes with her hair. I'm getting so much hair imagery in here, and I didn't think of that before I pick up this deck. It's amazing. Right before, I told you I was meditating before I even started. I have locks. I lock my hair. It's been a little bit over 6 months, and before I did it, as you're doing research and all that, I knew through my research it's a thing for people to know the number of locks that they have. It means something as part of that spiritual journey. And I've never counted my locks, because when I went to my loctician, she was like, because she's had luck to herself, and she doesn't right now, but she said she never did it. She never had the calling to count her locks, so it's not a thing for her. She can tell me how many. I'm like, that's fine, I understand, one day I will. And it's been over 6 months, and I never have. I've thought about it a few times along, but somehow this morning, on this chair, on this table, before I started, like, I called my kid. I was just like, come help me. I part my hair into 4 parts, and we counted all my locks just now, this morning. And all I'm getting here on every single one of these cards is that hair energy, how our hair carry, our wisdom. There's so much, like, that crown part of ourselves, the top of our head, that crown chakra energy, right? And that expands out, to all the outer chakras, if you will. There is such synchronicity here. It's almost like I have to go back and sit and write this reading again, and to understand the deeper meaning of it for me, my own self. And I encourage you guys to do that, which is why I like to show you the cards. If something jumps up at you, for some of you, this Stars card, you may see snowflakes, maybe it's snowing where you are, or maybe whatever it is that you're trying to manifest have to do with, the seasonal, the season, the winter season, whatever jumps at you, it may be a personal message for you. But that Queen of Cups, though, she's like, I'm trying to move on, but she's like, look at me, I have more to give you, look at me. She's demanding, commanding attention, as much as you will get from a Queen of Wands that we saw earlier at the bottom of that deck. But to carry on, if you guys are interested, it was 168, which of course I looked up what it means, and yeah, that was just this morning. Okay, like it's quite amazing. Let's keep going here. Let's get some more on the Queen of Cups. Whatever this may mean to you, I'm getting very personal in this reading. It's too much. I can't even handle it. And here we have the Devil again. Do you see the hair energy? She literally have the staircase coming from from not even her crown chakra, because this is not from the top of her head here, coming from what seems like lower than even her third eye chakra, almost like from her excuse me, from her throat chakra, from the back here of the head, like a little window pulling up, a red window pulling through to walk down, or perhaps to walk up to, right? Who's gonna walk up to, right? So there's a sense of challenge and almost like an opposite here, a sense of duality, reaching for the stars all the way up to the stars, sitting on top here of this what looks like a piece of diamond of a walk, right? Or here cascading into mountains, surrounding by stars, holding a glass, enjoying the beautiful scenery, to this is your limitation. You can go as far as that mind. How far are you willing to go? What is your place of limitation? What limitation are you going to set on your goals, on your aspirations, and on yourself? Okay, this staircase stop. It doesn't even stop at the third eye chakra. It doesn't even stop to that, to let you into your own inner world. It stop right there behind the neck here, behind the throat chakra. As far as communication, is it gonna be all talk? Is that as far as your imagination? You're gonna allow your imagination to take you? What are those bad habits that you that may hamper your progress? So this is a challenge for you. And earlier when we did that first set that came out, we had the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. As we clarified the second well, here we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So talking about a pairing here of fire energy and passion and stepping into it and action, because the Wands energy is very much about action and doing and getting it done with great amount of gusto. And especially the King of Wands, it's like Leo energy. It's like, I'm gonna do it spectacularly, and I want everyone to see me doing it and to enjoy me doing it, and I'm gonna put a whole show of it. So the message here is to don't shortchange yourselves. Remember what we were talking about earlier. If you were at the beginning here, the general message, dig deeper. Dig deeper. Go for it. Reach for the stars. There's no limitation. The only limit is the limit that you put on yourself. And if anybody is trying to curtail your dreams, telling you this is too much, maybe do this. Don't this is not the time. This is not the time. Stand your ground here, okay? And standing your ground by reaching for the stars, by what I mean. Like, go for what you want. Go step into that, whatever was offered to you here, whatever that's your intuition, your higher mind is telling you, that's what you follow. Don't step at the talk. Don't stop at the listening to what's being said. Don't stop there. Focus on the doing, on the action part of it. Stop taking action. Learn, doing the learning. Yes, meditate, but don't stop right there. Keep going. Reach for the stars, okay? Sacred pool, okay? Again, the sacred pool, go swimming into the water of, that comes down to 11, number 47, by the way. Stepping into that water and just swimming with the fairies. Don't limit yourselves. There's so much more to have. There's so much more to gain. There's so much more to explore, and don't allow anyone else to do that to you either. Here we have Stuck in the Mud. This is the Enchanted Roadmap. Yes, the Enchanted World Map. I don't use that one often either. I wanted to pull some oracle cards for you for this set of reading. This is number 24 that drills down to a 6, and we know 6 is about path. What is the path, right? Also having turned the corner, charting into a new path, if you will. For some of you, if you've been trying to go towards something, you're trying to decide to set a new foundation for yourself. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in the mud, okay? Don't allow yourself to get stuck in your mind either. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in just the talk and the doing. Start doing the learning and the doing and the practicing, because you have something in your hand. You have an idea. You have a goal that's very promising, okay? And here we have Spark, number 34. That's again number drills down to a 7. Yes, 3 is that we have 24, which is 2. It's a decision to set that new foundation. We have 34, which is 3 and 4. 3 is a number of action. Okay, 2 becomes 3. 2 coming together to create the third, to create the child. That is the number of creation here. And again, that's you starting. That's spark. That spark that we get with that ace of fire, if you will, to start creating, to start that spark of creation, that big boom, to start creating that new foundation. Follow that spark. Take it on. Don't allow anyone to dim that for you. And here we have number 16, which is rescue. It's called rescue here, which is the balloon. Oh, look at this. I really like that, the imagery of this. And look at the green. Again, there's a thing about like green chakra energy here, like following your heart. As soon as I saw that balloon, it's kind of like following your heart, following your bliss, again, floating into the air, looking at the stars, right? We see the greenery here, again, green pulling on the heart chakra. Something is pulling at your heartstring here and telling you to go reach further. And look at the person that's in that hot air balloon. It seems like they have a telescope in their hand. They, even from way up there, from that vantage point, they can see even further than if they were sitting on that ground, right, stuck on the ground. So it's almost like reach your sight higher and look even further after you've gone higher. You've sat all the way up on these mountains you've created for yourself. Even look even further after that. That is absolutely beautiful, that rescue here. And we see that someone is sending out of that entryway, out of that vortex, coming out. Here you are, coming out, being rescued from getting stuck in the ground, because that spark is here. I'm telling you, for those of you that have that idea, that's not just gonna rescue you as far like even like just materially. It's gonna be a rescue you who you are, rescue you, that person that's hiding inside, that you're keeping that you don't want to reveal to the world, that big gift that you may have. Really, like, it's time for it to come out. Okay, at the bottom here we have unrequited love. This is about a love situation for some of you guys, and you feel like you've been stuck in a situation that has not been going anywhere. Even if it's a three-party situation, you feel like you're not getting the offer that you want, that you've been dreaming at. Spirit is telling you to remove yourself from this situation, okay? Because it may be not that for you. There's something better for you to reach, to focus yourself on, what do I really want, right? That's time, again, we're talking about journaling earlier, to pull that piece of paper and a pencil, pen, and to start writing, what do I really want? And then start writing, what does that person represent? What does that person have to offer? Or what has that person offered me? And if those two don't match, then that's your clue. That's a big clue. Not even a clue. That's your marching orders almost, to not allow yourself to get stuck. Because the truth is always there, whether you want to see it or not. So Spirit is telling you, for some of you, it may very well be that it's time to remove yourself from a situation, to go towards your bliss, to go towards something that is more in step with you, who you are, that is more in alignment with who you are, to go towards somebody that can give you what you want, what you need. And the first step here, we have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yes, we talk about going back to that place of innocence, going back to our beginning, going back to our genesis, to our roots. And where's that roots? For a lot of us, we can see as far as this world that we've known, it's our family, our upbringing, our parents. Okay, for some, especially in regards to love situation, if you've been having a hard time, it may be that you have to go, not just this relationship that needs healing, that you need to step away from, but to heal yourself, so going forward, that you don't repeat the same mistakes, or you don't fall into the same blind spots, that you have to go even further in towards your upbringing, towards your parents, those things that we learn, that perhaps we may need to unlearn, and we have to heal those family issues. Okay, and to allow that spark, because if we put out that fire and we're not what's the word, no, what's the thing, if we're treating for smoke, if you will, I'm trying to give you an analogy here, but it's not coming. But fire and smoke, like we cannot allow the gasoline to be sitting right there. The fire might get reignited again. Like the same issue will come back up again. Okay, and we don't want that. We want to heal the issue at the root of it, and for that we also have to face ourselves. Okay, and for some of you, this is about family issue, your upbringing here. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guiding to take. Yes, if you want that great love, you want something sparkling, you want that destined love, that soulmate love, you want to be the Queen of Cups who's feeling as emotional as one can be, holding that cup of love, surrounding by the stars. You want to sit on top of the mountain. You want to be, to meet the Prince Charming. We have to let go of the devil energy. We have to let go of codependency. We have to let go of a sense of pettiness and tension that may come with the page of one, 5 of Wands here. We have to make the effort to heal ourselves and to heal those family issues. So this is it for the first deck. This has gone long. Oh my goodness, I was saying I'm gonna try to make it shorter. I know some of you don't like, you kind of almost like 1 hour reading, but this was for deck number 1. Thank you so much, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying this reading, this messages from Spirit. This is for you. I enjoy doing this because I get just as much out of it as you guys get, and I hope you do at least. And please like, comment, subscribe, and share them so more people get to see them. It helps me. It's also a sense of encouragement. I'm not ashamed to say that. And it helps more people to find those messages. If you enjoyed them, you got something out of them, someone else too may want to get something out of it. Okay, so this was the first set of reading, and we're gonna mark it as 50-50 for deck number 2. And you know what, I didn't even write it down, but I remember it was 23-23 for deck 1. So here we go. Deck number 2, as known as the Wild Unknown. Also, this is already acting out on me. Every time I do reading with this deck, I get something new. So I'm very interested. Let's see what messages Spirit has for us today. For those of you who chose deck number 2, which is the Wild Unknown. Let's see what message Spirit have for us today. And I pre-shuffled this deck. Just doing a little bit more shuffling for you guys on camera, okay? And my incense has burned. I was just gonna keep on going, but when you hear the call, you follow. They're like, no, we want you. We want our incense. Well, no, it's like, don't do us like this. Here we go. Oh, it's not supposed to be on camera. All right, there you go, guys. I was just about to say, I'm gonna let it come out. I'm gonna let it fly, just like the other ones. And here it is, the first card we have. This is the 8 of Wands. We see this 8 of Wands. It's not about aiming towards one way. It's not about like, specific goals, setting communication towards. It's really almost like a spark, a lightning strike that created this little light. And then we can see all the different paths and direction that has been created for us, right? And we had that message of spark on the first spirit message that we did on the first story, and we're seeing that again. The paths were already there. It's perhaps that we could not see it. That colorful red and green and yellow lightning strike, that's what's creating almost like that light that's allowing us to see all those different paths with that 8 of Wands, which is Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius energy, which is about communication and travel, expensive communication though, right? Reaching a broader audience, reaching further and a wider audience. If it's about communication, if it's about travel, it's also about, expanding the horizons, right? Let's keep going here. Let's see what else Spirit have to tell us. Here we go. We have the Mother of Cups making a big entrance again. We saw the Mother of Cups looking very prissy. Always the Mother of Cups. That beautiful crystal cups here we have. So this again, we have a lot of emotionality going on. Whatever we are entertaining right now, we need to really have a real feel for it, to be and have a real sense of emotion about it. Okay, here we have the Eight of Cups, which is, we have another 8. And the Eight of Cups is about turning her back from things that are not in alignment with that sense of what I was talking about, that are not bringing us that level of fulfillment that we want with the Mother of Cups. Because the Mother of Cups is the ultimate, sense of, I feel all the feel and I'm comfortable in that. Understanding emotions and inhabiting it in a way that's very healthy, right? That upright Mother of Cups here. And the Eight of Cups, it's kind of like, this is kind of comfortable. I feel in this deck especially, look at how dark this mountain looks. It looks very imposing, and I was like, can I ever get on the other side of this? And yes, you can. Okay, yes, you can. And it will take, this is the next card, it will take hard work. And you see the imagery behind, this is the horizon behind these big mountains, and this is what the Seven of Cups is showing us. Yes, you can have all of it. It will take hard work, because this is the Seven of Pentacles. It's the card of taking step by step, methodical steps, structured, planning way towards a goal, towards whatever it is that we're trying to create and achieve. So if you're feeling stuck in a situation where it's not doing it for you, there's more, right? It's okay, but you can go towards the Ninth Cup, which is the card of wish fulfillment. But there's that barrier in front of you. There's that mountain, that imposing thing facing you. That's not that you feel like, oh my gosh, can I ever get on the other side? Yes, you can. This is your message today, okay? Yes, you can get on the other side. Yes, you can reach on the other side. You can communicate the other side. You don't have to climb that mountain that way. Maybe you may have to go a little bit further to the right so you can turn around this mountain. And that's about to happen. Perhaps for some of you, it's communication. Perhaps for some of you, it's going to be someone coming towards you, someone traveling towards you, or you're traveling somewhere, that's gonna bring you that illumination, that's gonna bring you that sense of enlightenment of like, there is another way to get to that. Okay, and yes, you're gonna have to work at it, you're gonna have to plan it going forward, but you can get to behind that horizon where you can see the full picture of what's possible. Okay, and let's see here. It comes down, face down. Is that Mother of Pentacles, the ultimate nurturer, the one who knows, if the Queen, the Mother of Cups, knows how to use emotions and feelings, and to create a more healthy, balanced, creative space. The Mother of Pentacles know how to, by the way, we have 2 cups and two pentacles card, knows how to use the natural resources, nature, work, hard work even, to get what they want, to create that creative, to create that healthy and balanced space. Okay, and yes, it will take work, but it's understanding how to use nature, how to use all those resources to our advantages, and how to create, how to nurture, how to give birth. This is the Mother of Earth, the Mother of Pentacles. Okay, using your own sense of emotionality, you're putting your feelings into it. You know how we say when you manifest, you want something that you want to create it. You're manifesting, it's not just praying for it, right? We have to say the words, we have to ask for it, using our voice, perhaps even writing it out, putting it into writing things, make it real, saying it out loud, give it life, give it breath, writing it down, like create a sense of almost like of history, like it can be traced back. It's recorded right into the history of the world, every single word that we speak. but we must also feel for it. We have to be able to imagine it, to see it, right? And that's why I like that Seven of Pentacles here, giving us like the full picture of what's that glimpse you're getting of the from the top of that imposing mountain. Those lines here, we can see the full thing. So we have to be able to imagine it, and we have to be able to feel it. So taking on that Mother of Pentacles and the Mother of Cups to create that we want, to see the different paths that we can follow to get to that ultimate thing that we want. Okay, let's keep on going here, and I will get some clarity as to the Eight of Wands we started with here. Let's get some, give us some more clarity on that Mother of Cups, Spirit. Clarity on that Mother of Cups. Okay, we're gonna go with this one first. This is the Temperance card, and that came out in reverse. And the Temperance card is about moderation, temperance. It's also about angelic guidance. Okay, we see that almost like there's a bit, almost I get like a fire burning, talking about spark here. Like that's almost that imagery we get here, almost like someone is creating a bonfire at the bottom, a bonfire at your feet, if you will. You feel that sense of like, I gotta get to move on. Like for some of you, it's almost like that itch you feel you're getting, it's spirit manifesting in you. And there may be a sense of impatience to get to the other side. There may be a sense of impatience to get to that place of like, I've made it, I've achieved this. But it's important to temper yourself. It's important to pay attention to the intuitive messages that are coming through you. It's important to not fool yourself into believing that you are at this alone and you can do this alone. Okay? It's important to work with spirit, inviting spirit to join you in this journey. Okay, that's a real thing that came through here for some of you. Here we have the Father of Swords. Okay, can be a bit of a, look at that owl. We call it a keeper of knowledge. Very intense look I'm getting here. For some of you, the intensity, you're holding on to that sword. You're ready for battle. Like, my goodness. For some of you, you feel like I already know everything I need to know. I don't need any help from spirit. I'm ready to go. I charge. March forward. Oh my goodness, no, not yet, not yet. Ace of Cups, you're ready. If this is regards to love, so there's a sense here, you're ready to leave a situation to march towards something else. And Spirit is telling you there's a way to do this, and this is not the way. Some of you are ready. You're done with that. You are done with that, and you're ready to go towards the new. Okay, you feel like you've given a thing, a person, all the chances there is, and you're so ready to go towards, like, you're ready to take control of the situation, to go. You're just ready to offer your cup of love, perhaps to that other person, or perhaps to someone new you just met, and Spirit is telling you to pause. It's not that they don't want that for you. It's just a way to do it. My goodness. I did not see that coming, but let's keep on going here. On that Eight of Cups, clarity on the Eight of Cups, Spirit messages on that Eight of Cups. Whoa, y'all saw that? I'm telling you, some of you are not listening. You're not paying attention to the messages coming towards you. This is the Seven of Swords. Yes, this is a warning for you, okay? There is a pitfall here. There is a pitfall here. Don't think you know everything. Even if you feel like you know everything, there is something some of you may not know. Okay, you need to really temper yourself here. There is a sense of sneakiness here. There is something that there's a bit of information that you do not know, and it's not something I feel like that's gonna come from just, reading or gossiping even. That is an intuitive message. There's a spiritual message here that you And please pay attention to your dreams. If you're receiving communications in your dreams, if you're having dreams and you wake up and you're still thinking about them, you feel like there's a message, meditate on that after you wake up. There is something here. There is a real message here for somebody here that you need to take a pause, that is so ready to move, to leave a situation behind. And it's not a no, you should not leave that situation behind, but Spirit is telling you to take a pause, because it's almost like someone has set a trap for you. There's a trap here. There's a pitfall here that you may not see coming if you rush too much, if you rush out of this or into the new too fast. My gosh, it's such a repeated message, and it's coming so strongly. This is on the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Wands. Again, the sense of creation we talked about on the last one. We see how that fire is burning into the, yeah, this is the Three of Wands. It's quite like Aries energy, fire energy, Sun and Aries energy. I believe the Three of Wands is. But I'm getting real water energy, that upside down triangle, and it's coming through, even that fire burning. It almost looks like a fire burning inside a heart, even though it's not a heart space. So for some of you, you really feel like charge. There's something worth protecting here, okay? Or if you feel like you have to charge forward, Spirit is telling you, keep working, because whatever it is that you are creating, it is very well protected. That diamond, that beautiful thing, that ultimate, almost mystical place you want to get, that passionate thing that you want to get to, it's there and it's protected and it is yours. And yet you still have to go about it the right way, although it's like almost like the whole thing will get undone, will get ruined. Okay, and here we have the Three of Swords. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that. I'm talking to you guys. The message is coming so strong with this. The message is coming through here. We have the two threes. I didn't notice that before on that Seven of Pentacles. Again, threes are the number of creation for me, okay? And threes in space of romance. If this is about romance for some of you, and I feel very strongly for some of you it is about that. It could mean three-party situation, especially with the Three of Swords. Look at the way that swords, those three swords are like intertwined and then whooped in together, and they're three different swords. If you are in an entanglement 2020 words for you into the 2021. If you are in a entanglement, it's gonna sound weird, but there's a reason for that. And the way you entangle yourself out of the situation also have to be done smartly, or you may end up being the one who lose at the end. There is something here, okay? There is something here. There is something you're trying to create. Someone here is trying to create. And they're very passionate about that something. And it's almost like it's do or die. And all that is all good. We have to follow the steps. It has to be done the right way. The rules must be followed. Or there's potential for real heartbreak. Or the ultimate success and abundance. When I say do or die, that's what I'm getting here. With the Three of Wands, the do and the die here with the Three of Swords. Living by the swords, by that spark, by that sense of creation we get with the Three of Wands, or die by the swords. There is a real, if it is a love situation, there is a real entanglement between three people, a three-party situation. And I feel like there's not one person who's completely blameless in that situation. If you are the one trying to get out of it, you've known of it for a while, you've accepted it almost for a while. If you didn't accept it, you tolerated it and stick in it for a while, stayed in it for a while, and by that has created, almost bonded you to that situation. And the way you remove yourself from that situation, the process of removing is as important as actually doing it, okay? And getting across to the other side of that imposing mountain. The Mother of Pentacles, Mother of Creation, Mother of nature, that Earth Mother, Mother of Swords. This is about being decisive, taking charge. We saw the Father of Swords here, sitting on the swords. Father of Swords was ready. That's the sword is pointed up in the Father of Swords, and the Mother of Swords, the sword is sending down. Do you see that? Do you see the change in the imagery here? The sword is light up in the Father of Swords, armed up. In the Mother of Swords, this is taking control and charging forward. There's a sense of being decisive, but in order to be decisive, one must ponder on those possibilities, right? One must ponder onto the actual choices, decision possibilities that are being presented. And that's why that sword is facing down. It's a moment of liberation. And for some of you, well, of deliberation, and for some of you, liberation. Like, you know, deliberating over what has occurred, over what we want to happen next, over how we're gonna make that happen, and also that also gonna liberate you. A moment of deliberation and also a liberation. With those two Mother of Swords and Mother of Pentacles. And I'm gonna take one more on the Mother of Pentacles. Clarification on the Mother of Pentacles, Spirit. Clarification on the Mother of Pentacles. If you guys see that shuffling is going every which way, it's not me. It's the way it's the cards are like paper, pen. It's a here we have the Daughter of Pentacles. Yes. Yes, being in that youthful energy. We have a whole stack. I'm not gonna take all that, but I do see that Three of Cups that we had earlier, and that came out with the Father of Wands. Oh, look at this, that serious energy, that serpent going to the beginning here, okay? Spiritual energy with that Father of Wands, Leo energy, okay? And here we see the Three of Cups, and we see the three birds. There we see the sun, right? It's basically the sun is coming down. It's almost dusk. And we see the birds there's a separation here. We see two birds together and one bird pecking at the sun. You may be the one who remove yourself and go towards the sun and leave those two other birds standing on that branch by themselves. Okay, the three cups are standing there, stand alone, three distinctive by themselves. They're not intertwined like the Three of Wands was. They're not intertwined like the Three of Swords were. They're standalone. Okay, someone's standing in their own power here, removing themselves, removing this cords that has been binding them to that situation that was not serving them, perhaps even. And to get there, we have to go through the Daughter of Pentacles, deliberating, of course, but the Daughter of Pentacles is the actual it's stepping into that youthful energy, going back again to the beginning, being to humble ourselves, to learn. Okay, not like, oh, I already know everything, I'm already like, you know, all that, I am the queen. No. It's to understand, like, okay, there were mistakes made. What was my part in this? What do I need to learn? How do I do this? Okay, and it's not so much to prove anything to anyone else, but to yourself. Your decision with that Mother of Swords, but going through it, doing it, experiencing it in this real world in a real way, with humility and a sense of being eyes wide open. And for some of you, yes, asking for advice and help. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This is where we end up. We come from here, y'all. From real entanglement to we seeing the sun. We're seeing the light. And there was one last, oh, it was, my goodness, it was a whole stack. We're going to take all of it since we're going at it. Oh, look at what's underneath the deck. The Mother of Wands. All the feminine energy coming here. Step into your power, women. Feminine energy here. We have the Hangman. We have that bad hanging upside down. For some of you, the delay, the tempering, that's been very challenging for you. Okay, that again comes down to another 3. Communication, creation, the number 3. Mercury energy. We have Mercury in Sagittarius here. The Hangman is not just about waiting and delay. The Hangman is about also a need to shift perspective. And for a lot of us, that's why sometimes we need that delay, because we're so passionate. We so want to get going to do that thing that we may miss something. And we have that warning here with the 7 of Swords. We're not waiting for that spark, for that divine spark, almost for that lightning strike to really occur, for that sign that we need. We're not waiting for that intuitive hit from that message from spirit. We're not waiting for that so we can see all the paths, all the choices that are available before we move forward. So the delay sometimes is allowing us, giving us a chance to really contemplate, to really deliberate, to really to meditate on where we came from, the root of things, where we are and where we want to go, and how we're going to get there. How do we want to get there? What are the possibilities? What are the options? What are the different paths? So please do not see the delay as a punishment. And what do you get to come out of this? The Hierophant and the Son of Cups. The Hierophant is that higher level of commitment. The Hierophant is that, look at it, sitting on a key. It's the key forward, the key that unlocks your own possibilities towards that more that you are seeking, whether it's more in a relationship, whether it's that commitment, whether it's that, that ring, whether it's the marriage, whether it's like, starting a family, moving in together, whether it's, if it was about work, we have Pentacles card here on the table. That more that you're seeking is that key forward with that Hierophant. It's getting to be the manager. It's getting to that next level. Okay, it's like that, as high as you can get. In regards, to the institutions, those worldly institutions that govern us, that we all have to go through. We cannot literally, no matter if you live off the grid, that we are all impacted by. So here it comes here with the Son of Cups, which is again another offer. Look at that cup here. We started with an 8 of Cups, with cups breaking cups, fragmented cups in front of a very dreary mountains, imposing mountains. Here we have the Son of Cups sitting here with like this beautiful lights, all different hues of possibility, and a dove that is just floating. Peace, love, an offer of peace, even an offer of light, an offer of a new beginning, okay, towards something that's real, something that you can bank on, something that's that can unlock the door to the potential of what you really wanted. Okay, there is hope here, and the real warning for you guys is to not rush things. Whether you want to stay, whether you want to go, whichever party you are in this entanglement, going forward, bring spirit in. Some of you need to pray, some of you need to meditate, some of you need to pay attention to your dreams, to the messages coming towards you. And most certainly, you need to have a plan. Okay? You need to have a plan before moving forward. The Wishing Well. And at the bottom, we have Sacred Pool. I kid you not, the last deck, we had the Sacred Pool too. This is number 47. And I don't know why I didn't get the instinct to read it for you guys, the Sacred Pool earlier. But for it, as soon as I see it, I'm pulling out this. I had it right there ready for you guys. So there's a message here for some of you that you benefit from, okay? And they had 3 oracle cards. Only 1 came out for you. So it's okay if you get a little bit more. The Wishing Well. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? You want this great love. You want this great career. What are you putting out there? Okay, I continue reading. The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. Whatever your inquiry, your success shall be yours, because once you recognize the light within, once you recognize that the love within you, once you recognize that you are the embodiment of spirit, you'll see that reflected back at you. And that's why the Sacred Pool is saying. And now looking back, I wish I read it for the first one, because it goes so well even with the message that we started with. We started with the general message of really understanding oneself and really knowing ourselves, because that's the first part. It says embody the love you wish to see in the world, and to do that, it says, do you like what you see? Do you like what you see? I gave you guys tools at the end of the general message as to how do you get to that point of really getting intimate with yourself, to really get to know yourself. And it's one of them was looking in the mirror, right? Looking into mirror. Do you like what you see? Right? Writing in your journals, what are you reflecting back into the world? Can you be open and honest about that, and who you are, and who you are authentically are? Can we get to that point first before we can start fixing, changing, tweaking, celebrating? We have to get to that point first. And that was the message of the man reading, and that just touched on it in such a like bullseye, like deep point that I couldn't even express earlier. It's just quite amazing. Here we have number 48. That's the only card that comes for you, wishing well. So wishing well, you can delve deeper, and we talked about that too, from 47 to 48. And we see how the energy is moving, right? It's like steadily, one step. What is going on here? I live in a cul-de-sac, guys. Oh, okay, I see. It's like people sometimes make U-turns all the time, and that was very strange, because they just have to go 3 houses to make a turn at the roundabout, and someone is trying to make a U-turn at the neighbors across the street. That was like very, very strange, and it's like a tight squeeze. I'm like, why? All you have to do is drive up a little bit to make a U-turn. I don't know why this is being pointed at you, but for some of y'all, part of your wishing well, it's like if you you may have to, before you move forward, you may have to go back. Okay, that's what the whole point of the U-turn. Yeah, before we move forward, you may have to go back a little bit. But wishing well, desire is a sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Let go of all attachment to ownership. And that's part, again, I think I mentioned that about manifesting. When we wish for things, when we manifest things, we cannot obsess over it, and we cannot stress over it. We have to have faith in the belief that yes, the universe, God, the divine, they will provide for us. Our angels, our ancestors, they want that for us. They want us to have all these wonderful things we want for ourselves. They will come through for us. We must believe that. We must have that sense of faith within ourselves, and also to not be in a place of like it has to happen yesterday, tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it didn't. To let go. We make the wish, we manifested it, and to release, and to temper ourselves, to be moderate, to wait for the signs. for us to work on it. And by the way, there's another aspect to that, especially with that Seven of Pentacles here. It's not to say, okay, I want this, I wish on it, okay, I can sit and just not do anything. We have to work on it steadily. We have to do our homework steadily. We have to watch out for the warning signs. We have to keep on moving forward steadily. There needs to be a plan, a structure, okay? Yes, we wish for it. It starts with that wish. It starts with the desire. That's what it says in here. It says desire is a sacred impulse for life, right? It starts with that desire. It starts with the wish, but there's so much more that goes into it after that, and we have to continue on. It's not like I want to leave the situation, this entanglement, and that's it, I'm leaving, that's it, it's gone. No. We have to go through the process, right? That's what we desire. Yes, that's the impulse, but then it doesn't like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna get up and go. No. There's a lot of opportunities for you to get yourself hurt. There's a lot of opportunities that you may miss. There's a lot of opportunities for you to hurt someone else, to, like, without even intending to do so. So as you're making your wish moving forward, whatever it may be, relationship or otherwise, please pay attention to this message, to these signs, because there's a big real warning for some of you here. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I'm not surprised. We talked about that. Things of creation, of using our resources here, wanting to create something, where whether it's a new relationship, or it's a new career, or moving job, whatever it may be for some of you. Please, it's the same message, okay? Don't be in a hurry. Don't rush towards the new. The way you live, if it's a job, the way you leave the job is as important as the new job you're going towards. Have a plan in place. If it's a new business you're starting for yourself, do your homework, okay? There is some warning signs here that there may be some traps, some pitfalls. So do your homework, especially if you're doing it as part of a partnership, okay? Do your homework, have everything spelled out in writing, because it may not be as easy to come off of that partnership as you may wish, okay? And also, when you're doing your manifestation, you are praying for something, be very honest and be very specific, and be very real about what it is that you're praying for, okay? Know what it is that you want, and because you just may get it, and then you have to live with it. So whatever that it is that you're working towards, whether it's relationship or a financial thing, even if it's a relationship, finances are a big factor of it. And I don't know why this just came through, but yes, take your time with it, okay? Do it the right way. Do your homework and have a plan in place. Have everything in writing. Trust. This is the card that came out for you. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Yes. And that's what we're just talking about, the wishing well. You have to have faith once you set out that wish. But do your homework. Put everything in writing. All of this, all those components have to come together. And it does take time for all those things to get to that place that you want to be, for you to get to that ultimate commitment. Even if it's a relationship, do not rush it. Do not rush towards marriage. Do not rush towards starting a family, especially if you know that person still have something else going on, okay? If you want that soulmate love relationship, don't stay in a situation where you already know you're not getting it because someone already have another connection, okay? There's a real thing with this story, with this message of patience, paying attention to details, knowing what we want, really what we want. What do we really want? And what are we asking for? Why are we asking for it? Like, truly standing in your own truth and your own power of what you're wishing for, to believe it. And even if it's in regards to a partnership, business partnership, to have trust and faith in the situation, and to know that once you make that decision to join forces, it's not gonna be that easy to just like on a whim and say, yeah, okay, I'm done with this, I don't want to decide. No, because that's a pitfall here, okay? That's why it's very important to really deliberate and to move in a very methodical and very smart way as you go about it. We have the Father of Swords and the Mother of Swords here. It's about the mental faculties here. It's about taking controls and being decisive. And in order to do those things, to be on top of the control ladder and that power play that you want to get to, with like the hierophant, that the manager, the, you know, the top guy, you know, the relationship, the, to get the ring, right, the, you're the winner, you get the, you know, the marriage and whatnot. You really have to go about it in a certain way. You have to embody that role. And this is your message, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you got something out of it. And I'm sorry if it's so long. I guess it's supposed to be that way because I truly was trying to keep this under an hour, but it wasn't to be. And I'll see you soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, and leave a message. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Bye bye.